What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about the dead-end three-way. This happens a lot during remodels when a wire's already there, but it's pretty much impossible to run a new wire to the switch box that you'd like a three-way switch put in. So this is how you do it. When you're not able to get another wire to a box, you need a three-way in. So what you'll end up having is your power and your switch leg in the same box. The traditional three-way, which I made in another video, shows you'll have your power in one box and your switch leg in the other box. So I have them separated out here. I have my power on the bottom, switch leg on the top, and my 3-wire is right here going to the other box. So to start out, we'll start with this box because it's a little easier we'll talk about this first. So we got a ground, a red, black, and a white. So we can start by just grounding the switch. You got to ground every switch. Then we'll start with our travelers. So in a 3-wire, you have your black, red, white, like I said. Typically your black and your red, when you're talking about a 3-way, will be your travelers, which is what's, one traveler is always hot between your 3-way switches. So you have a black screw and 2 gold screws. See that? Black, gold. So we'll put our red on one of the gold screws. And we'll put our black on one of the gold screws. Now we're going to leave our black screw and this white wire alone for now. I'll explain that in a minute. So now coming over to our box with all these wires in them. So we have our power. Well, let's start with our neutrals. So we got a neutral coming from the power and a neutral going up to the switch leg. So we'll tie those together because, you need power back to the panel or your return. So let's tie those together. Then we'll tuck that in the back of the box. Tuck it as neat as you can back there. And same as the other side, we'll talk about our travelers. The wires going from this box to this box over here. So same thing. We have our black screw, gold screw, gold screw. So let's hook our travelers up there. Black screw or red wire to gold screw. And then the black traveler to the other gold screw here. Now we're left with our white wire in the traveler. The Romex with the travelers. We have our black switch leg going up to the light up here. So with this black screw, this is where we put our switch leg. Okay, going up to the light. We'll do that. Now remember, in our traditional 3-way, we have black screws on each switch. Power goes on one black screw, and the switch leg goes on one black screw. But because we're working with this dead end, we don't have that option. So over here, so we're going to get our power through the white wire in the 3-wire. Romex. So we'll tie our white from the 3-wire to the black power. And what that's doing, let's see if I can get my tools in order. So what we're doing here is we're getting power over to this other switch. You can tape this black, tape that white wire black, so whoever's working with this knows it's not being used as a neutral. And over here, when we come to this other box, we're going to use our white that we just put power to. We're going to put it on this black screw over in this other box. And once again, you can tape that black if you'd like to. So once again, the person knows it's not being used as a neutral. So remember, we have our power on the black screw, and then on the gold screws we have our travelers. So we have power on this black screw, and our switch leg, move this again, and our switch leg on this black screw. So let's get this switch put away into the box. You know, everything needs to be folded nicely here, but didn't strap that wire. Get that put in there. Now, remember, in this box over here, we don't have a neutral. We're using the white wire as power. And anywhere a switch can go, you need to have a neutral present in the box, in case in the future you want to put a dimmer in, or you know, some sort of device that needs a neutral. So now we'll put this switch back in. So just to run through this one more time. We have our power connected to the white wire in the 3-wire that comes to this switch. We have our white on the black screw in this box, our travelers on the gold screws. And over here we got our travelers on our gold screws, our switch leg on the black screw. And we tied power through. Power came in, hit the white to power this box. We'll put this away. Now we'll turn power on and see if she works. We'll step this back a little bit. Okay, light turns on. Moving over here. Light turns on. And that's how it's done.